Robinson from Lyman. This is his first Classic. Marty, you've been fishing the Elite Series for about 5 years now, 6 years. What's it like to make that first Classic? What you've been fighting for 4 or 5 years?
Well, you know, it's everything everybody talks about, everything you hear about. You know, it's the greatest tournament on earth. I mean, it's the biggest place to be. And you know what I was telling somebody earlier? It's he said, "What can you tell me that's different about it?" You know, in my eyes. And, you know, as far as that goes, every angler out here that fishes the Elite Series, really his ultimate goal is to be respected by his peers, the other anglers. And I think that's one of the biggest deals. You know, when you finally do make that Classic, you know, which is the pinnacle of bass fishing, it's just, you receive so much respect from just everyone. You know, your fellow fishermen, the media, you know, the fans, and you know, it's just a milestone you reach, and you're trying to establish yourself in you know, your place in bass fishing, and I think it's all a part of that.
Right.
So that's one of the biggest things for me. You know, it's just being respected by your fellow fishermen, and everybody knowing that you're actually a threat on the water. You know, so maybe not a big threat, but a little threat.
How was your practice?
Well, I had the first day on the water, I had a tough first day. I didn't hardly get any bites, and then the other 3 days of practice, I think I'd say was above average, you know, average to above average, according to what everybody else is talking.
Right.
You know, which you never know how that is.
Well, they'd never lie.
You know, I mean, I got several bites each of the last 3 days, and I felt, you know, satisfied with what the areas I had found each day of the last 3.
So, is it going to be a shallow tournament?
No, I think it's going to be one deep.
Really?
In the clear water. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a shallow tournament. Anytime you come to a river, it's going to be a shallow tournament. You can pretty much, you know, bank on it. And but yeah, it's going to be a shallow backwater deal. A lot of anglers are going to be fishing around other anglers. Okay. And you know, a lot of strategies involved when that happens. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I got some strategy in my mind already.
Well, if you've got some competition for your waters, which is likely to happen, how do you deal with that? I know you fish against a lot of these guys, you know, pretty much year round, so there's not that intimidation factor of the, you know, fishing against Van Dam and that kind of thing. But how do you modify what you do, your approach, to deal with the pressure from some of the world's top fishermen?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. If Van Dam comes in my water, yeah, I'm definitely going to run him out because he'll probably catch every fish in there. So, you know, and I can't have that.
Right.
But no, I'm just kidding. You know, most of, I mean, I really don't have any beef with any of these guys here, and I'm pretty easy to get along with, and I think the whole key is making the best of your day. Your day is going to go accordingly to how your attitude is.
Right.
And if you have a bad attitude, most of the times you're going to have a bad day.
Okay.
So my approach as far as sharing water with another angler is just get along, have a good time, and you know, everybody catches fish and everybody goes home happy.
Okay. So do you think it's going to come down to really staking out a piece of water? I mean, is there that kind of courtesy to where if you've got a stretch that you're working hard, by and large, do the other guys stay out of it, or could you have guys move back and forth on some of the same waters you're fishing?
Yeah, you know, it all depends on how everything lines up the first day. If you have 3 or 4 guys run in a certain area, one gets on this end, the other guy gets on this end, and they work toward each other, I mean, they may work past each other and back through 2 or 3 times, and maybe the next day too. So, yeah, that'll be a common thing, I think, down here.
So, in terms of weight, what do you think it'll take to win?
You know, I think the fishing is going to change during the tournament. It's been relatively tough in practice. We've had a cold front. We've had some, you know, a lot of rain. We've had a lot of muddy water. And the last few days, it's got really warm, and I'm sure the water's starting to clear each day, and more as the tournament goes on. And I think the weights actually be maybe a little higher than what expected right now. Okay. So, you know, in my eyes, I'm going to try to. I'm shooting for 15 pounds a day.
Okay.
I think that's a good goal to set. And then you'll also be standing the final day, and you'll maybe even have a shot at winning with 15 a day.
So you think it'll take 15 and then get that lucky good heavy bite?
I think you'll have to have one big day, maybe an 18-pound day.
Right.
15, 18, 15, whatever that is.
Right.
48.
48, yeah.
45 to 48. Yeah, probably more toward 48.
You think it's going to be a little less than it was in 2009?
What was it in 2000?
54.
54.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think it'll be a little less. I think there's not as many backwaters that are fishable as there was last time.